lot of discussion in the back, I feel it.
We're discussing.
You say you're disgusted. You're not disgusted, are you? You're not disgusted by my comment about your never mind.
They're not amplified.
They're not amplified. They're not amplified.
They're just to the point.
Just to the point, you're done. Okay. All right. My problem.
Got you, girls. I got you back there.
Has to do with interpretation. Okay. What do you think about the quote? Good quote?
Yes.
I think it's a great quote.
Yes.
It's a great quote. I know, at least for me, when I was about 17, 18, that's what became clear to me after I came to know Jesus, that this is my reason to be on the earth. It became very clear to me. If my reason on the earth was just to know God, these are the thoughts that came to me. If my reason on this earth was really just to know God, it would be a lot easier to know God up in heaven.
Yes. It's true. Yes.
If my main reason on this earth is just to know Him, then it would be so much easier just to know Him. But my purpose on this earth, yes, I need to know Him and know about Him, but that's not the main purpose. It's to be an encouragement to other people down here, to come to Him. That's why I'm here on the earth. When that happened, it's like I had in my inside. It was like all of a sudden I was aligned. I knew that this was my destiny. That this was my purpose on this earth. That was my main purpose. That was it. Now, that doesn't mean I know how to make this happen. It doesn't mean that I know how to live it out every day. It doesn't mean that it's clear that I do this and do this today and this is how this is all going to happen. But now, I've become discouraged in my purpose of helping people, and because of that, I've wandered. Or Lord, I think you want me to do this, but it seems that it's really confusing, and I don't even know. I don't know, and I've gotten even mad at God about my purpose. Now, I've done all those things. But when I lose my purpose, I lose my way. I just go into my own self, into my own life, and that is a bad life. How do you like this quote? I am the captain of my ship. I am the master of my destiny. Okay, what's that quote saying? Without giving some sort of moral interpretation. Well, I believe that what's being said here, it's being said is that our decisions are going to determine our life.
I create my reality.
Right.
We can create, and you know what? There is some truth to our decisions are huge on how we focus our life. I think we understand that, right?
Isn't that the foundation of humanism? We create our own reality.
Well, there is freedom of choice. God has given us freedom of choice. Now, the problem with that is that I can create total reality. That's not true. But but our decisions do count for something, don't they?
Yeah. I know people that try to do that, but they're just pricks. And they don't really control anything. They can't.
In the Greek, prick means, okay, all right. Latin for prickus.
Invictus can lead to evictus.
Yeah, they don't want to have responsibility.
Well, if someone does this, I'm the captain, everybody else are the peons, and you got to follow me. You want to almost be in charge of everybody.
Everybody jumps off the ship. Nobody's on
It's my ship.
Unless she's the boss.
I'm the captain, you're the
He's
whatever.
the boss, yeah, I can see that.
What now?
Made himself a god.
Yeah.
How about this? We are not permitted to choose the frame of our destiny, but we but what we put into it is ours. How do you think about that? We are not permitted to choose the frame of our destiny. What do you think about that statement? You understand what that statement means? How many have heard, maybe even as parents, some of you here, have said this to your children? Whatever you decide to do in life, I'll support you. You can be anything you want to be. You can go be all you can be. Whatever you decide to do, you know what? You can do it if you really put your mind to it. You heard that?
Yeah.
You can do it. Do you believe that? You believe that? Okay. Hammer, you can do it if you put your mind to it. You can be a Phillips head screwdriver if you really try. Now it sounds stupid, doesn't it? You can be a miter saw if you really try. And there's no way. You can't be anything you want to be. You can't do whatever you want to do. All of us are created with a design and a purpose. If God's created you to hammer, don't go hitting people. Hit nails, man. There are certain things that you're supposed to pound. But don't try to be a screwdriver. Don't try to be a wrench. You can't. It is a lie that's out there, is that, you can be whatever you want to be. And when you grow up, whatever that is, I'll support you. Hogwash. You can't be whatever you want to be. God created us with a design and a purpose. And we need to find why we're made. Because some of us have been made to be a hammer, and we're trying to be a screwdriver all our life and wonder why it ain't working. We're trying to be a wrench when we're a hammer, and it's not working, and we wonder what's going on. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with life? I don't know. Did I really... You know what I'm talking about? God designed us in a certain way, and we need to know our purpose. We need to know why we were created, why we were put on this earth. Ephesians 2:10. Let's read this together. For we are God's masterpiece. He has created us anew in Christ Jesus, so that we can do all the good things He planned for us long ago. God has planned for us to do things. Pre-planned them. So, since we are God's masterpiece, turn to your neighbor and say, you're a piece of art.
You're a piece of art. You're a piece of art.
She didn't say it right. Artwork. Okay, you're a piece of work. You are a masterpiece. You are a masterpiece. For we are God's masterpiece. God created. This is a masterpiece when it's needed for the right thing. Right? This is just what's needed. Which says what God has prepared in advance long ago. He created us so that He created us for a purpose. Isn't that what it says? He designed us for a reason, a specific purpose on this earth. Or as it says here in Psalm 139, Psalm of David, he says, your eyes saw my unformed body. Before we were ever on this earth, and all the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. God has a plan for my life and your life. It says He has it all written out. But we know that God's plan doesn't isn't being followed. Isn't that right? We know that. Why hasn't Jesus come back yet? Why hasn't he just come back and just wipe this? Because you've heard it. The world's going to hell in a handbasket. So it's going to get worse anyway. We understand that. If you read the Bible, it's going to get worse before it gets better, right?
Yeah, very soon.
It's going to get worse. It says that he is waiting till everybody that can be saved will be saved. Don't count God's slowness in returning as if he doesn't care, because he's waiting for all to come to salvation, because he desires that no one would perish. That's what Peter says. He desires that everyone would come to him. God desires that everyone to come to him, but we already know that that's not what's going to happen. God desires that you and I walk in our purpose, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen. Andrew Womack said, as long as you can live without knowing God's will for your life, you will.